What exactly did Jesus mean when he said, "You have eyes, but you don't see. You have ears, but you don't hear"? He missed out the word clearly. Possibly he missed it out. We don't really know, do we? He should have said, "You have eyes, but you don't see clearly. You have ears and you don't hear clearly." Basically, he's saying the disposition that you are in right now is clouding being able to see clearly, to think clearly, to act from this clear seeing and clear thinking place. We all have to function, of course, but we're functioning from a cloudy place instead of from a bright place. It's simple to understand. It's a change of disposition from what I call the clenched fist disposition to the open hand disposition. To think clearly requires the body-mind to be in this disposition without contracting, without constricting, without suffocating the life force, the spirit, the God place. The body-mind loves to function and is so creative, but it doesn't like being hampered. God wants to live your body-mind. But everyone is doing this contraction. Which results in neurosis. It results in aberrations. It results to what we commonly call anxiety, or fear, or boredom, or doubt. We may be feeling like this, and then someone walks into the room and we don't feel like this anymore. I remember a father saying to me that his son plays the piano well when he's not in the room. But as soon as the father walks into the room, the playing deteriorates. The child gets self-conscious. The child is no longer in this disposition. So notice this in yourself. Notice how you change. And it's you that is changing your body-mind, no one else. Yes, everything has an influence on us, but we can't blame anyone else or anything for this act of the self-contraction. The self-contraction interferes, is at the root. So Jesus is asking us to live from day to day, moment to moment, in this disposition. And how do we live in this disposition? By remaining in the heart, in a heart communion. You need to be in love. Jesus said, "Love me first." Love me, love. Keep loving me. And as soon as you fall out of love, notice it and return. So everything we do, although our hands may have done the same things thousands of times, we are seeing clearly. And if it has everything we do seems as if it's the first time. It's as fresh as it was the first time. I don't know whether Jesus knew about the self-contraction, but it was my teacher Adidar Samraj that taught me about it. And he simply said, don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on the results of the self-contraction. Simply turn to me and it will all fall away. Divine communion, God communion. The Sanskrit word is satsang. And then the body and all its organs can function as it should. And everything we do is from this open place disposition, open hand disposition, where we are already happy, intimate, joy, delight. The self-contraction is what must be understood to be the interferer. It interferes with the functioning of the body-mind. And then we can see clearly and hear clearly as Jesus said that we weren't. Notice it in your own life. Simply turn your attention from off yourself, away from artificial intelligence to divine intelligence. So the mind is open, like a cup, allowing God in, allowing the divine in. And then you'll be at peace. No more chit-chatting in the head. No more reactivity in life. You simply function easily and effortlessly. And it's a joy to live. Joy to get up in the morning. A joy to stay up at night. Breaking habits of a lifetime. You'll find you won't need 8 hours sleep. 2 or 3 or 4 may be sufficient. You're full of energy. I say you are, you see. We say you are the body. You are not the body-mind. What you are is consciousness. I am consciousness. You can go through the whole day saying, I am conscious of what I'm doing. I'm conscious of the coldness. I'm conscious of the wetness. I'm conscious of the smoothness. I'm aware. I am feeling awareness. Consciousness is feeling awareness. You become the witness of all that you do. You're witnessing your writing. You're witnessing, you're seeing clearly what you're doing with the pen. There's no going away from whatever you're doing. You're with whatever you're doing. If you're reading, you're there. You're not contracting. You're not going within. Well, the contraction takes you within. The contraction is at the root. You go away from whatever it is you're doing. If you're cleaning this mat, you're with the mat. You're with the cleaning. You're with your hand. You're with. There's an intimacy. There's a closeness. There's no separation. You're with the water. You're with everything. You're not going into your head, into that artificial nonsense. You're with. Cleaning your teeth, which should be done in the bathroom. The body-mind is naturally, inherently full of energy and happiness. All this thinking, trying to work it all out. It's a mystery that anything happens at all. It's a mystery how this hand operates and how the arms. You don't have to be in the head. It's nothing to do with head stuff. Nothing whatsoever to do with head stuff. There's a bounce in your life. There's a compulsory dancing in your life. You're just compelled. What have you realized? Realize what I'm talking about. To see clearly, to hear clearly, to think clearly. All of these functionings of the body-mind mustn't be hampered by this self-contraction. Feel that knot. Feel that you're doing it. Once you know you're doing it, you don't need to do it. Keep returning. Keep returning to that intimacy. Keep returning to being with whatever you're doing. Do you like this angle? Then there's a play, spontaneity. It says in the Bible to be like children. Not childish, but the disposition. The disposition. Then you enjoy everything. You are aware of the taking off and the putting on. You're aware of your fingers slipping into the glove. You're aware of the mark there. You're aware of the noise, the sound. You hear clearly. You're sensitive, highly sensitive. This is why people contract. They don't want to be sensitive. But the natural, inherent disposition. Sorry, I don't know why people contract. Why do we contract? Why do we do this? Look, a change of appearance now. And we can talk gobbledygook. I get you for the quite better. Oh, look, the better got you. Oh, I'm just a bit better. Oh, it's okay. What am I all about? Oh, no. Oh. There's a craziness about God. God is crazy. Dear Christians, and we're not talking about a God with a white beard up there in heaven. Absolute childish nonsense. God is a state, a disposition of love and happiness, joy, wonderment, mystery, intimacy. And it's 11 o'clock now. I'm expecting someone at the door. Everything that we call human nature, boredom, doubt, anxiety, stress, excitement, stimulation, what have I missed out? Discomfort, pain, unhappiness, fear. All of these results of the self-contraction, they're not natural. It's all nonsense that we create from day to day. That is not being human. Being human is being alive, allowing God to live the body-mind. Great energy. That is what there is to be realized. And to stay there, to remain there. Let's hold an arm up. There's people in India that do all these things. They don't move for years. They just stay there. And they have a cup or bowl, and they eat whatever goes into the bowl. There's a stillness. That stillness is the peace of the open hand disposition. I had a comment on YouTube. I love you, this person said. I love your laughter. I love what you have to say. I love your humor. Well, that's because we love God. We love the results of God, but we don't recognize them being the results of God. I don't like using the word God, really. I use it too much. The divine, the great force, the great energy. Not to contract, not to go inward. It's a heart matter. Da. Adidar, the name Da means giver. And it's a graceful happening. All of our realizations are gracefully occur. And thinking clearly, seeing clearly, hearing clearly is all grace. We cannot manipulate the body-mind into doing that. Just as I cannot grasp hold of air. I cannot put air into a container. The air's already in the container. I'm not putting it in the container. Put the top on. But air is free to go here, there, and everywhere. And we've got to know when we're separating ourselves from life. And it's not necessary. It's got to be as clear as preventing yourself from breathing. That was the beginning of that discomfort. When you hold your breath. It's got to be so obvious that you are doing the act of separation, you're doing that act of contraction, taking yourself away from the things of the world, be intimate